Hi everyone, this is 77 and welcome to Need for Speed Workshop. If there's one thing I know about the Need for Speed community, it's that we're a very creative bunch. In this little series I'm testing out, we're going to be discussing the gameplay design of Need for Speed and how it can be improved. Today I want to talk about the police pursuit system. Police, as you know, are a big part of Need for Speed, and in the past there have been various ways that police have been implemented. Prior to the black box games, police would show up on the track every now and then to chase the player, and from Most Wanted until Undercover, they would patrol the open world and chase the player, with their aggression being dependent on the player's heat level. Since then, we've seen police be present in the games in various different ways. So my question for you today is, if you're a gameplay designer for Need for Speed 2019, how would you design the police pursuit system? So the way this will work is that I want you to pause the video and type in the comment section your design for a police pursuit system. Then I'm going to tell you my idea. If I can get more than 3 responses in the next week, I'll do a follow-up video on this topic where I read your responses and comment on them. If not, I'll just respond individually in the comment section. Anyway, so pause the video now and let's armchair develop a police pursuit system. Okay, good. Here's my idea. So one part of my idea is that I'd have the speed limit mechanic from Midnight Club LA be present in this game. If you're not familiar with that game, the way this worked was that at all times on the minimap it would show you where police are patrolling, and if you happen to drive past any of those police cars at high speed, they would give chase. But if you happen to drive below the speed limit displayed on your HUD, they don't pay attention to you at all. If you watch my day and night cycle video, it's that same system, however here, there's one big change: the heat level system. If you are driving a car with a heat level less than or including 2, and drove past a police car below the speed limit, then like previously, they don't pay attention to you. But if you had a level that's higher than 2, a detection indicator, the kind you see in stealth games like Far Cry and Splinter Cell, would appear, where if you remained in the police car's line of sight for longer than a few seconds, they would recognize your car and immediately initiate a chase, regardless of how fast you're driving. The duration this indicator lasts is also dependent on the level itself. If you had a heat level of 3, the indicator may last 6 seconds, for example, while a heat level of 7's indicator may last about 2 seconds. This is so that there would be an added consequence to driving a car with a high heat level on the roads, as you'd imagine the police would be on the lookout for a car that's been repeatedly offending. If you were driving a car with a level of 7, for example, you'd have to go out of your way to dodge encounters with the police by seeing where they are on the map and taking side roads and whatnot in order to not be spotted by them. And of course, as you can imagine, if you wanted to reduce your heat level, you'd have to recustomize the appearance of your car. But let's say you're not too careful and you get into a chase and you get arrested. And then, like previous games, you'd pay a fine and get a strike on your car. But unlike past games, if you get 3 strikes, you don't lose your car permanently. Instead, the police take your car and completely strip away all the modifications you've done to it, resulting in you getting the car back, but it's completely stock and you'll have to repurchase all the performance parts and visual customization that was present on your car. The reason for this is so you don't have to restart the entire game if you lose all your cars. However, I would make it so that there is a difficulty setting called Hardcore, in which you do lose your car if you get 3 strikes. So yeah, that's my idea for the police pursuit system for a new Need for Speed game. I can't wait to read the ideas generated by you guys and hopefully respond to them in a follow-up video. What did you think of my idea, and what do you think about this series? Would you be interested in more Need for Speed Workshop? Let me know. But anyway, if this is your first video of mine, welcome. If you're a fan of classic Need for Speed games, then feel free to check out my series called 25 Years of Need for Speed, where I play every game in the series from 1994 to now. Regardless of that, however, I hope you're having a very, very nice day. Thank you very much for watching. Take care.